You're listening to Bright by Your Side with Jen Dyer. Upleveling in the age of anxiety with groundbreaking science. Are you looking to live your life with more flow and ease? Every episode, she has enough surprising information and tips that you will be able to come away with at least one nugget that could change your life. You will learn to build resilience to stress and overwhelm, find joy every day, and manifest your dreams. Gain understanding of your little terrified human that is holding you back, and that brave, bright inner being that is nagging you to move forward. She's here to help you feel empowered to make that change. Bright by Your Side starts now.
Welcome to Bright by Your Side with Jen, Upleveling in the age of anxiety with groundbreaking science here on Transformation Talk Radio. I'm Jen Dyer, your host, and today we are talking about anxiety or intuition. What are you feeling? What is that? We're going to decode the language of your body to help you understand, is this something you should be paying attention to? Anxiety is simply a message. Managing your response is the key to overcoming your anxiety. Reframing it into, I wonder what this is that I'm feeling. I wonder why I'm feeling it. Reframing it into a puzzle will help deflate that panic and that fear that's causing you to spiral. So we all know that we have gut feelings, or intuition is what it also is called. Even doctors and scientists use their intuition all the time. How many times have you heard a scientist or a researcher or a doctor say, I just had a gut feeling, so I ran the numbers a second time. I just had a gut feeling, so I did another test. In fact, my friend's rare adrenal cancer, which doesn't really have symptoms until it's too late, was found because her Crohn's doctor was running a scan and he just had a gut feeling to run a second one. And they found a tumor completely somewhere else because that scan was just a little lower. So thank God for his gut feeling. And they act on it. Doctors, scientists, researchers, they're using this to move forward, to be better than what their tools are giving them. And we are more sensitive than ever right now. We are evolving, and we have to evolve because we have to keep up with AI. And magically, the universe is helping us to become more sensitive and tapping in more. So I just want you to understand that some of this stuff that you're feeling might actually be your superpower. It may be a tremendous gift to you. So once you develop this language, and I'll tell you how you can figure this out because I did it, and I'll tell you a story about it. It was kind of amazing. It will help you. It's really helped me. In fact, it's made my life a little bit more magical. So I used to suffer from insomnia. I used to be one of those people that I would lie awake from 3 to 5 a.m. every night, thinking about what I was supposed to do the next day, what I should have said, what I'm going to say, all of those things, right? I would lay in bed. So as I started to focus on, I started practicing meditation. The Silva method changed my life. I will share some of that later on. I'll give you, hopefully you can find that. I highly recommend it. Hypnosis, energy work. These are all things that I incorporate into my practice with people because we are trying to up level and be better than this crazy world around us. So I started practicing these things, and I would use them to fall back asleep in the middle of the night because, I would start falling asleep when it was time to get up. Like as the sun would come up, I'd start getting really sleepy and my alarm would go off, right? It was terrible, terrible. So as I would clear my mind through these practices, I started to really notice what my body was feeling as I was thinking different things. I discovered that certain thoughts, or usually when I was trying to make a decision, something really big and serious, I was really trying to work out in the middle of the night, certain thoughts would cause the inside of my legs to light up. So they would be kind of like chills, but it would be hot. It would make me hot and make my heart race, and I'd get sweaty because I was hot. I thought I was having hot flashes, but it was only when I was considering a career change or something like that. It was, it wasn't a whole time, and it wasn't all night. It was just certain thoughts would do that. So I started really paying attention to that. And I already knew that like cold chills on the outside of my arms, that was when I was listening to a beautiful piece of music, or when I was listening to someone and they said something that like really like resonated with me. When he said that, it gave me chills. Like, know what that is. You know, good chills, bad chills. Like, you don't want bad chills. Bad chills are scary, right? Someone walks in, you get bad chills. Like, you believe that, right? This is your superpower. So wouldn't it be cool to develop a language to understand what each feeling means? Is this a yes? Is this a no? This is up leveling. This is up leveling in the age of anxiety. And science is studying this because they know we have got to figure out how to get through this anxiety epidemic. We have got to start reaching for something else. And that reaching actually is reaching in and tapping in to our divine inner being. Our divine inner being is there, and our little fearful primate is there too. And we have to figure out who's talking. Who's talking? The divine inner being, or is it just the fearful primate just telling you, trying to protect you? So here's how this weird chill thing became super practical. And I'm going to tell you, could have been a disaster or it could have been really fun. And it ended up being really fun. So my husband, Michael, and I are at World Market just recently. We wanted to get some Christmas on. We were just kind of like, had nothing going on. We had some time to kill. Went to World Market to see what they had was new, listen to the music, wander around. And I'm over there in the kitchen section and I'm looking at the napkins and the placemats and things. And I see this really pretty floral napkin and I open it up and my legs light up. I get hot. I get sweaty. My heart starts to race. And I was like, whoa. And I folded it back up and I put it back on the shelf and I backed away. And I did what my process is, which I'll talk about it later on in the show. I backed away. You disrupt what your situation is. And I started walking. I put my hand on my heart and I took deep breaths. And I just thought, why am I feeling like this? Why did that napkin make my legs light up? Why? And I just kind of was walking around breathing, just kind of moseying. Really, honestly, I was just kind of looking at the floor while I was walking around, like, why? And my hand on my heart, deep breathing. Why did I have these feelings? Why did that happen? And I just kept having the thought, ask Michael, he'll know, ask Michael. And I'll tell you, your guidance comes in your own voice. It sounds like your own thought, which is why it's really hard to discern when that voice is telling you something really important, like bring your umbrella or you're going to get poured on. You just have to like kind of go with what you got. And I just said, okay, fine, I'll ask Michael. Of course, he's over there in the alcohol section. So when he finds me, I just kept moseying around and relaxing and, because it was really weird. So he comes over and I said, okay, I want you to go, there's a napkin over here I need you to look at. And I totally sent him that napkin right there, that dark one. Pointed to it. And I actually stayed away. I didn't want to influence him in any way. And I said, just open it up and tell me what you think. So he opens it up and instantly he says, that's from the art print behind your mom's toilet. So it's that Matisse print with the lady with the vase. That's what those flowers are from. It's from that print above your mom's toilet in her bathroom. Okay, so my mom recently passed away. We just went through the whole, actually, we're just kind of getting over the whole PTSD of clearing out my childhood home, getting rid of all of her things. We took what we could. A lot of it went, to the dump or wherever, sales. So it was a lot for him to, and of course, every time he used that restroom, he was staring at that print. That's why it meant more to him than to me, because I don't face that way when I'm using the restroom, right? So that print meant my mom's house to him. And it's in the bathroom. And honestly, that bathroom being my mom's bathroom, it became, as she got more and more sick, it became like the handicap bathroom. It became, all of these things. And then we had to clean all that stuff out. So just the thought of me having this fancy dinner and him opening that napkin and having that happen while he's supposed to be eating dinner, like I realized, oh my gosh, that's why that would have been terrible. Because he wouldn't have thought to, it would have been folded up. I would have bought them. I would have so it was kind of silly, but it really did help. It was very helpful. It was very helpful to prevent me from putting him through a PTSD moment during a dinner with other people. It was very helpful for me not to waste money. And it really could have gone the other way. If I didn't know what that was, if I could have totally read it completely different and said, oh, I get anxiety when I'm at World Market. What if I can't shop anymore? What if I can't go out at Christmas? What if I can't, that was anxiety. It's just a message. And maybe it's really helping you. And whether it's, your subconscious, whether it's your divine inner being, whether it's your spirit guides, it's there to help you, and it's usually right. And it knows things more than you do. I did not realize that that's what that was from. I did not realize it was going to freak him out. How would I know it was going to freak him out? But man, he knew. He put that thing back so fast. That's what it is. So I just want you to know that, there you have this power. And this is what people like Steve Jobs are doing. This is, or did, to propel forward beyond everybody else. He was tapped in. I've talked about Edison. I've talked about Einstein and Tesla and these great thinkers were tapped in. And that's what you can do too, because I was not like a psychic person growing up at all. But you can train yourself. You can learn how to slow down your mind and then start getting this information. So, as you know, the primate is afraid of everything, right? Super smart, here to protect you. So that is very difficult to figure this out because it kind of feels the same. So Teresa Caputo, she's the famous, she's a medium. She had her own show, The Long Island Medium. She said, once I became aware that a lot of my anxiety was from my sensing and feeling spirit, I learned how to harness it and turn it into something positive. Poor Teresa Caputo, she had such horrible anxiety. She would like make people pull the car over so she could get out. But she didn't realize when she gets spirit, they send her the sensations of how they died, right? So she's getting suddenly a pain in her head or somebody who had COPD is restricting her breathing. So that poor lady, she had to figure that out. And she took lessons. She took classes. She had teachers to show her how to do this. So she had to figure this out. So when we come back, I'm going to give you some tips on when you're going through an anxiety moment, how you can help yourself to determine how serious it is, how to calm it, and then how to develop your language so that you can use it going forward in a super helpful way, like I did at World Market. Okay. So we're going to take a quick break and stay tuned for some tips. Thank you again. I'm Jen Dyer, and you're watching Bright by Your Side on Transformation Talk Radio. See you after the break. Welcome back to Bright by Your Side with Jen, Upleveling in the Age of Anxiety on Transformation Talk Radio. Again, I'm Jen Dyer, and today we are talking about anxiety or intuition. How do you know? How do you know who's talking? Is it the fearful primate, or is it your divine inner being guiding you with all of the wonderful answers that it has for you? And once you start identifying your language, because we're all different, you'll be able to sort out chatter from your fearful primate and quiet it down. And you'll be able to isolate the messages that you're receiving. Because the truth is, your inner being is desperate for you to hear them. They're helping you all the time. They're helping you in the littlest ways. It's a wonderful thing once you can really start tapping in and gathering their help. It makes your life so much easier. And honestly, it's kind of magical. It's kind of fun. Like we left the World Market going, that was so weird. It was a fun thing. Like I said, I could have totally interpreted it as, I have to stay out of stores. I'm going to have anxiety attacks. It could have gotten worse. What if I this? What if I that? So it does change your life. It is life-changing. And that's why I'm here. I want this for you. So here's some research. A study from the Max Planck Institute found that intuition often feels calm, even if it's firm, whereas anxiety, on the other hand, feels chaotic and urgent. So my little napkin was a little more urgent, right? So I get it differently, but maybe for you, maybe you're different. You probably are different. We're all different. Neuroscientists at USC found that chills are often tied to moments of emotional resonance or intuitive clarity. That's what I'm getting. Your body might be saying, pay attention, whether it's good or bad. And like I said, I'm sure you know good chills and I'm sure you know bad chills. So those are the ones that really get our attention, right? Use that. That is there to help you. Research from the University College of London tells us that people who are better at sensing their internal body signals, like their heartbeat or their breathing, are better at managing their emotions. This is called interoceptive awareness. And it is like learning a new language, the language of your body. So regardless of whether you think this is woo-woo or not, because I'm telling you, they're doing research on it. Scientists are doing research on this. It's how we need to get rid of the whole idea of being woo-woo, because science is desperate to find ways to help us with this mental health problem that we're having, right? And they're realizing, hey, this is a great tool. Regardless of what you think, it's worth doing because it helps you manage your emotions. That's your emotional intelligence. That's your EQ. It's totally worth doing. It will help you in the workplace. It will help you in relationships. It's totally worth doing anyway. And guess what? You're going to get guided whether you like it or not. And you're going to be like, it's going to help you. So, your fearful primate, we all know the fight or flight feelings. We know that's your primate type talking. She's super smart and painfully aware of every single negative outcome. She's protecting you. But here's the thing. If you can sit there and be painfully aware of all of the negative outcomes all at once, you are capable of knowing all of the solutions as well. You're that smart. So once you own that and you start reeling with the negative outcomes, just know, hey, I can come up with the solutions. If I saw that, I can come up with the solutions too. I'm that smart. And own that and then stop it, because those outcomes are not real. We've talked about that before too, right? Is it a real outcome? Is it real? Anything that starts like, well, what if this happens? What if that happens? None of that's real. None of that has happened. It's not real. You are spiraling over your imagination. And you can just as well imagine something wonderful and go that direction. You have a choice over what you imagine. You just have to catch it and stop it. So I will say, as far as your anxiety, if this happens all the time, or if you have low-level chronic anxiety, you're just always anxious all the time, I want you to hear this, because this is science again. Your sense of well-being comes from the neurochemical serotonin. Serotonin is made in your intestines. The health of your good gut bacteria is completely related to your ability to produce serotonin. Research has proven time and time again that poor gut health, poor gut microbiota, is related to anxiety and depression. And I've mentioned this a million times, ultra-processed foods have totally been linked to anxiety and depression, because ultra-processed foods destroy your gut bacteria. Foods with antibiotics, just if you got sick and took antibiotics, that destroyed your gut bacteria. You need to replace that, like probiotics, eat a nice diverse diet of fruits and vegetables. All of this will help your anxiety. Rebuilding the health of your intestines, rebuilding the health of your serotonin factory is key in managing your anxiety and having a sense of well-being. Like, you need that. You need a sense of well-being. If you have poor gut health, it's difficult for you to remain calm and capable in hectic situations. So I do recommend, if you are struggling from anxiety all the time, I do recommend getting your gut health tested. There are gut health tests you can do at home. I actually have a coupon code for 110 off, the ones by Viome, and I will put the link in the notes below. With the coupon code, the discount code for $110 off. It's a great way to start a new year. If you're struggling from anxiety, maybe this is the year that you can get yourself back on track and start living free from anxiety. It also tells you your biological age versus your chronological age, which is really fun. I was younger than my chronological age, but not by as much as I would like. So I am working on that as well. And it'll tell you what to do. It'll tell you what foods to avoid, what foods to eat lots of, which foods are your superfoods, because we're all different. My husband's not supposed to eat broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Like, he was really happy to have that. Be told he's not supposed to eat that. Like, it's funny. Who would have thought broccoli's a superfood for me? So you never know what's making you feel bad until you get tested, right? So again, I have a coupon for that. Okay, so in the moment, if you're starting to get anxious and you feel your heart racing, and you're feeling those feelings of anxiety, interrupt the situation. If you're in bed like I was, get up and use the restroom. Even if you don't have to, just get up out of the bed, go to another room, use the restroom, totally distract yourself, interrupt the process, that thought process that was going on. Clean slate. You're going to get back in bed. It's a whole new clean slate. If you're at your desk, get up and walk away. Again, you need to walk away, back away, change, disrupt the situation, start with a clean slate. Deep breathe. We've been through this a million times. Take deep breaths. Research from Harvard Medical School shows that slow, deep breaths calm the nervous system. Again, science. Try the 4-7-8 technique. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. And then telling your body that you're safe, it's okay. We are safe. It's okay. But remember to tell yourself that you can solve anything. You can solve anything. Again, if you can come up with all of those bad things that are going to happen to you, you can certainly come up with all the solutions. You are that smart. So if you're doing those things and that feeling starts to soften, your anxiety starts to subside, it's probably just your anxiety overreacting. It's probably just your little human brain being really worrisome. But if that feeling holds firm and you still have those, whatever that feeling is, this could be your intuition talking. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to stay in your slow state, right? You did your deep breathing. You're someplace else. It's a clean slate. Go slow. Stay slow. Now, when you think about whatever it is you were thinking, notice where that feeling is in your body. Usually you'll feel it in the pit of your stomach. That's so common. I don't know why I get the leg light up, but it's really convenient because that never happens. It's a really weird thing. So, maybe even you can ask your body to ask yourself, can you give me something more clear? Because, your subconscious is amazing. It can do things like that. So notice what you're feeling. Notice where in your body is lit up from this. So again, this is what I did. And just like I did in World Market, you want to put your intention in your heart. And I putting my hand on my heart helps a lot. Sometimes you can imagine a stairwell. Imagine going down a stairwell to your heart, a beautiful stairwell. Imagine there's a door there with light coming out from around it. And then open that door. That's the door to your heart, and go in there. And it's this beautiful lit up room, beautiful light, warm, hot light. Warm. It's wonderful. Go there and just put your hand on your heart and just think, why am I feeling this? And then notice your thoughts, your immediate thoughts. Guidance comes in your own voice. It blends in. That's why it blends in with everything. It's really tough to discern which one is really important. And then you're like, I should have listened. That's why it's so hard. But yeah, I did that and I was getting asked Michael. that was a weird answer, right? I'm like, okay, I'm going with it. Whatever you get, whatever thought you get, explore that. Explore it. Because it's probably guidance. So the best news of all, though, is that if you are able to receive these helpful messages from your divine inner being, that's smarter than we are, smarter than all of us, right? All of us humans. I mean, we all have divine inner beings that are amazing. Won't you have less fear overall? Just knowing that you can get answers? Won't you have more courage to follow your dreams? Even if people are saying, that'll never work, you're crazy. If you can go through your little process of listening to your guidance, slowing down, putting your hand on your heart, you have answers. You have guidance. It's a wonderful thing. The other thing, the most important thing, is that excitement is also guidance from your inner being. Do what excites you. That feeling of excitement, that's guiding you towards following your life path. That's an easy one. Do what excites you. Don't let people rain on it. Don't listen to them. They're on a different path. Don't let them stop you. So I am now at the end of out of time here, and I just want to thank you all. This will be my last show on Transformation Talk Radio, and I wanted to thank the team at Transformation Talk Radio and the network. Dr. Pat and her team are just the most wonderful people. I love them so much. I want to thank them for encouraging me to get out there and do this. It's definitely was accountability time for me to meet these deadlines and get this stuff done. So I really, really appreciate them reaching out to me and finding me. For the rest of you, I'm still here. You can find me at brightbyyourside.com. You can email me at info@brightbyyourside.com. You can book a free consultation with me at brightbyyourside.com/contact. And you can always follow me on YouTube. My channel will still be there under Bright by Your Side. I'm also on social. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, all under Bright by Your Side. And I just want to thank you again for spending your time with me. It's just been a wonderful experience here on the network. And I hope you had a wonderful new year. And I'm just wishing you the best. I hope to see you again. I hope you keep tuning into my shows on YouTube, right? And I'll be on your podcast platforms as well. So thank you so much. My name is Jen, and I'm here to help. And this is Bright by Your Side on Transformation Talk Radio.
You have been listening to Bright by Your Side with Jen, upleveling in the age of anxiety with groundbreaking science on Transformation Talk Radio. If you are considering mental health medication for yourself or your child, please try this first. Life skills and gut health are keys to reducing anxiety. Let us show you it's easier than you think. Tune in every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific time to feel optimistic about your own abilities and learn easy, proven ways to live life with ease. Become resilient to stress, anxiety, and overwhelm, and find joy. We're bringing you solutions to the problems stressing you out. We do the research for you and present it on a silver platter with a side of fun and laughter. Every show will leave you smiling, optimism, and joy in real time. To connect with Jen, visit brightbyyourside.com.